Hi, hello everyone. I hope your day is going well. We have the latest update on Tropical Storm Beta. The 10 a.m. advisory from the National Hurricane Center just came out, I'm telling you, within like the past minute or so. And we're going to give you the latest update on where the storm's going, what's the latest expected from it, how much rain we could see, as well as how today's going to shape up too, because it's actually pretty nice out there right now. I see some people already saying, feels good outside. Yeah, it really does feel nice outdoors to start off our day. So I got Facebook pulled up here, y'all. Go ahead and ask some of your questions. I'd be happy to answer them myself. Right now it's looking like the system's still expecting to make landfall, possibly somewhere near Port Lavaca, maybe just at Port Lavaca, or maybe even further off to the northeast. It does look like the forecast cone has shifted to the east a little bit, which is good. That means not as many impacts for our region, possible. Remember, this system could still kind of hug further on off towards the western side of the track. And remember, the center of the system still could go up that area. It's a better chance of it going more up the center, though. So we're looking at it kind of closer on towards, I guess that would be near the Freeport area, and then making its way off closer towards Houston. Now remember, this system is expected to move quickly. You notice that by Monday morning it's approaching the Texas coast, making landfall possibly Monday evening and then into Tuesday morning, and then it shifts on off towards the northeast at a pretty quick pace, well on off towards northeast Arkansas, southeast Missouri, by the time we head into Friday morning, and then by that point it is just a remnant low. So we're going to talk all about that here in a moment. Let's start off by talking about the allergy report for today. I know a lot of people like to ask about that kind of right off the bat. Here's what we're dealing with. Mold is at a medium level. We have ragweed at a medium level as well. And you'll notice that fall elm is coming in at light levels. Nothing too much to be of an issue there for today. Look at San Antonio to start off our day. A clear sky overhead. It has been absolutely gorgeous out there. 71 in San Antonio, 64 in Bernie, 64 in Fredericksburg. We had 50s across the hill country this morning. It was a gorgeous start to the day. Low to mid 50s even. I mean, it was great. We're going to see temperatures really rise up to the 80s though as we head into this afternoon. Now, not seeing any rain across our region, but you notice off towards the east. There's where the rain is. I see J.W. Reed says, are we ever going to get any rain? And the answer is some of us will, while others of us are going to miss out on rain from this system completely. We're going to break that down here in just a moment, because some of us could see 4 to 6 inches of rainfall, while others, closer on even to San Antonio, could see a half of an inch or less. I think we're going to see a lot of the hill country see less than half of an inch over the next 7 days. Some parts of the hill country will not even pick up a drop of rainfall as we head throughout the next week. So this system is now moving off to the west-northwest. You can kind of see that motion as we look at radar here, just kind of wrapping up and drifting pretty much off to the west-northwest at about 3 miles per hour. Not very quick by any means. There's the update again, showing that again it's going to turn as we make our way throughout the day on Tuesday, by Tuesday morning and then into Tuesday evening, really turning and then taking off quickly. Now, what can we expect for our region? We do have a tropical storm warning for coastal Texas and into parts of Louisiana. We have a tropical storm watch for areas from Corpus Christi further on down to the south along Padre Island. And this also includes some more inland tropical storm warnings. I want you to look at Goliad, Victoria, 2 counties that are under a tropical storm warning as this system passes through the region through Tuesday and really about Wednesday too, as the system passes through and then takes on off towards the northeast. That means that you could have tropical storm force winds and tropical storm force conditions. That means, you know, we could have winds of 39 to 45, maybe even 50 miles per hour in some of those counties, sustained winds as the system passes through the region. And that's if the center of the system passes through. Honestly, we're going to be kind of more on the weaker side of it, and we will likely see those stronger winds stay further on off to the east. And if the storm hugs the more central to maybe even eastern side of the track, we could see those winds avoid those regions. But right now it is still possible, and that's why those warnings are in place. So what does it look like as it comes in? What are some of the weather models showing? Well, here's one right here. Future Clouds and Radar is showing that by the time we get to 7:30 p.m. on Sunday, today, we could see a little bit of shower activity, even as close as Cuero and Hallettsville, Victoria. That's why there's a 20% chance for rain closer to sunset today. That's the only part of the region where we're expecting a chance for rain. If you get closer to the I-35 corridor, it's a 0% chance for rain today, especially into the hill country. No chance for rain. But if you're over towards the coastal plains and maybe kind of closer on towards Houston, that's where that 20% chance for rain comes into play for the latter part of this afternoon. Now this evening it's a 30% chance for rain, and that chance for rain this evening is for everybody including the I-35 corridor. So once you get over to Rock Springs and Del Rio, the rain chances go down. But that 30% chance for rain does include more into Bexar County and San Antonio for this evening, as bands from Beta, this is all from Beta, continue to make their way through the region. Now by 4 a.m. on Monday, this system could be getting closer to making landfall and may even make landfall Monday morning. You know, some of the models show more into Monday evening. This is one model that is showing more into the earlier time of the day on Monday. That does not mean that's exactly the time when it's going to make landfall. Just remember that. This is just one weather model. And it shows a lot of heavy rain bands moving into Victoria at that time, and that could also be the time period at which we could see some stronger winds. Now, if this system does take this path, remember, if it stays further off to the east, then we wouldn't see as strong of winds in Victoria. But if the system does take this path, you know, we could see tropical storm force winds even all the way into Goliad and possibly nearing the Cuero area. Now, the latest on this model has actually changed a little bit. It's trying to take it further inland before it then sweeps it on off towards the northeast, and that would bring more rain further inland. But right now, with that National Hurricane Center forecast, again, we are expecting it to sweep a little bit more and head off towards Houston. If that forecast changes, we're of course going to keep you updated on that right here at Kent's 5. Here's what we're expecting on rainfall. I've had a lot of questions about rain, and I understand why. We've had a little bit of a drought here these past few months, and really for about the past year in some parts of the region, while others have had a good amount of rain. The bad news is those that really need the rain, especially off towards the hill country and into the southern Edwards Plateau and the Rio Grande Plains, that region not going to see as much in the way of rainfall over the next 7 days. Notice over towards Gonzales, headed into Cuero, Victoria, where we get the purples switching to the reds and the oranges. That's going to be anywhere from about 2 to maybe even 5 to even 6 inches of rainfall. We actually have a flash flood watch in place for parts of the region. Notice the line up here, the bar graph up here. I'm trying to draw a line, but it may not let me draw it. There we go. So you see up there 2 to 5 inches of rain. I'm going to try to place this in the right spot. My computer's giving me a little bit of a tough time. There you go. 2 to 5 inches of rainfall in the purple all the way to the oranges from Cuero to Victoria. That's where the flash flood watch is in DeWitt County and over towards Goliad, Lavaca, and then also Victoria counties all under a flash flood watch. But San Antonio not included in that, nor is Bexar County. And the reason why is we could see maybe about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch in San Antonio the next 7 days. And that's if this system does go far enough west. We could very well see this rainfall forecast change a little bit depending on how far west this system gets. If it ends up staying more to the east, well, the heavier rain is going to be more to the east too, and we're not going to see as much in our region. Here's what I think is going to happen though. Notice the hill country missing out on a lot of the rain. I think even if this system does get further west, the hill country is still going to miss out on a majority of this rain. The coastal plains, closer to the coast, you got your better chance. Closer on towards the hill country, less of a chance for rain. So I hope that answers a lot of questions, with people wondering how much rain am I going to see from this system. If you're along the I-35 corridor closer towards Austin, you may see a good bit, but if you're southwest of San Antonio down towards Cotulla, not so much. We'll talking about 1/4 of an inch or less. So that's important to know. If you're trying to figure out, should I water my lawn? Should I water my crops? Maybe you're a farmer. That lets you know not as much rain if you're going to be west of San Antonio. If you're east of it, you got a better chance. And you could see a good amount if you're closer to the coastal plains. That's why that flash flood watch is in place until 7 p.m. on Tuesday. We're going to be watching this heavy rain real closely as the system kind of, again, brushes the Texas coastline and then shifts off to the northeast. You see, it's not just parts of our region stretching into Houston. They're expecting the possibility for some flash flooding as well, and all the way even getting closer to Beaumont. Beaumont not included in this, but getting closer towards Beaumont, they could experience that. And guys, just to let you know, we already have some impacts from Beta along the Texas coastline. They already are having excuse me, some minor storm surge along the Texas coastline as the system gets closer. Sometimes water sloshes around in the Gulf of Mexico like a bathtub. They even have coastal flooding occurring as far away as South Mississippi and southern parts of Louisiana. Even though the system's so far away, when you have a system in the Gulf, certain areas are still going to flood, even if they're not necessarily close to that system. So that's the latest on Beta. I wanted to make sure everyone got a good update on that because remember, we are expecting some rainfall from it. But what else is out there? The tropics are still very active. We've left the regular alphabetically named storms, rather. Remember, Wilfred was the last name on the list. By the way, Wilfred falling apart, now a tropical depression. Teddy is still holding on strong just southeast of Bermuda. It looks like it'll miss Bermuda just to the east as it goes due north. You'll notice the winds here. It's going to get kind of picked up by something going on right there. So we have a lot of mid-level and upper-level features that kind of interact with these systems, and that's what's going to help Teddy to kind of get shifted on off towards the north instead of going closer on to the United States. Now Beta is also, Beta's going to kind of sneak under this a little bit before it gets kind of swept up, but we also have a system that's located off the coast of Florida that has a low chance for development over the next 5 days, and the remnants of Paulette. Remember Paulette, it didn't really impact us. It was well off to the east and in the Atlantic Ocean. But Paulette may reform, has a medium chance of development over the next 5 days, but likely not going to impact the U.S. The only system out there going to impact the U.S. is Beta, and that's the one that is, of course, in the Gulf of Mexico. So there's Wilfred continuing to fall apart. There's Beta. Remember what I told you, going to get shifted on off towards the north, already moving off to the north. Your 7-day forecast here in South Texas showing the moderate chance for rainfall there for Monday and Tuesday, seeing anywhere from a 40 to 50% chance. I went ahead and shifted that higher rainfall chance for our region to Tuesday as that system, as Beta gets a little bit closer towards us. I think we could see a little bit more rain, but not by much. Again, a 40 to 50% chance for rain, not the best rain chances in the book. It means, yeah, you could see a few showers, but we're not expecting a ton of rain, again, for the I-35 corridor and into the hill country. But when you get closer to the coastal plains, I've mentioned that a lot, but I want to make sure anybody tuning in late can get that information. Closer to the coastal plains, that's that higher amount that we're expecting. Notice the temperatures, 60s for lows, 70s for highs. A lot of cloud cover going to be possible here and there, and then, of course, that rain cool there. And then you see there, by the time we head into Wednesday, temperatures rebound a little bit, but still below average. That average in the top right corner of your screen showing what our temperatures should be this time of year, and you see that we're going to be seeing some cooler than average conditions, 60s for lows, 80s for highs, just below average there in the mid-80s to even upper 80s, 89 the average for this time of year. So I see your question, what about Karnes County? How much is Karnes County going to see as far as rainfall is concerned? Here's what we're having the forecast right now for Karnes County. Could see anywhere from maybe a half of an inch. Notice the change here, guys. Not a very long distance across Karnes County. You could see anywhere from half of an inch to maybe 3/4 of an inch, all the way up to 2 inches of rainfall, depending on where you are in Karnes County. So that's kind of going to be, again, it depends on how far the storm comes over because it'll put a bunch of rain in one part of the region, and then the other part of the region, not so much. I mean, look at this sharp contrast here. Let me draw a line from, let's say, Pleasanton, where they could see just under ½ of an inch, to, let's say, Victoria, where Victoria could see 6 inches of rainfall. That's 81 miles. In an 81-mile span, you'll have some areas that see ½ of an inch of rain, while others could see 6 inches of rain. So that lets you know it's going to be a pretty sharp contrast in who gets the good amount of rain and who misses out on it. And of course, throughout the whole situation and over the next 48 hours, we're going to continue to keep you updated on where the system's heading, if the forecast cone changes, and we're also keeping that looping on our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. You can go check it out throughout the day. I understand we're going to be putting that back on. If you were watching yesterday on YouTube, you probably saw the looping graphics giving updates on what the system was doing. We're going to do that again today to keep everyone updated on what the system's doing, where it's going, and of course the latest on what the weather models are showing as well. So we looked at the 7-day forecast just a moment ago. I'm going to bring it back up again, guys. Here's what we're looking at. The wettest day is going to be, of course, for Monday and Tuesday as beta makes its way on shore possibly, and then kind of brushing up along the coast before it shifts off to the northeast quickly. Once it shifts off to the northeast, we'll see drier conditions. That's going to be Wednesday and Thursday. What about day 8 through day 14? Let's look beyond that 7-day forecast, as we love to do. Looks like about average amounts of rainfall, so not too much rain, just kind of what we need to see, but parts of the hill country still could be slightly below average for rainfall, which isn't good. That's where we need the rain. Temperature outlook showing that we're going to be having slightly above average temperatures from day 8 through day 14, so this cooler weather that we're seeing, we may shift out of it a little bit, back into the lower 90s for highs possibly. And here's a look at the Lone Star 3-day forecast. The next 3 days bring a good amount of rainfall for different parts of the state, especially Dallas. Could see a little bit of rain there Monday and Tuesday. Corpus Christi is, of course, going to be seeing some rainfall for Monday and Tuesday. They could see a little bit of rain too, but this, of course, showing that mostly cloudy sky. It could be more of a 20% chance for rain for Corpus as the system moves away. Austin could be seeing a little bit of rain for Monday and Tuesday, and then you see storms for Houston. That's as to no surprise because, remember, the system is expected to go over Houston over the next few days. So we'll continue to watch that closely and, of course, continue to keep you updated on it. Your Texas State Park forecast for tomorrow. Remember, we have chances for rain, and that shows up in much of the region. Notice spots that are going to miss out. Devil's Sinkhole State Natural Area. We're expecting cloud cover, but not really any rain. That's in the hill country. Devil's River State Natural Area. That's all the way over in Val Verde County north of Del Rio. Not really expecting any rain out their way as well. So those could be two places great for a hike, but tomorrow, if you're headed out to any of them, don't forget the rain jacket as you may encounter a few showers here and there. So back up to beta. I'm going to show this again so y'all can see it, just the latest forecast on it. It does look like it's kind of holding itself together out there in the Gulf. We don't expect any rapid intensification. Right now it has 60-mile-per-hour sustained winds, expected to kind of have that kind of a wind speed as it makes landfall sometime on Monday evening or into Tuesday morning. So, guys, we're going to keep you updated throughout the day here right at KENS 5. If anything does change, don't worry. We'll continue to let you know. Be sure to follow us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We're going to have updates there. On Twitter, make sure you follow our page. And then also make sure that you download the KENS 5 app. That gives a complete update to the forecast, and we'll keep you updated there as well. So make sure you have the app as well on your smartphone or a device. And then also we have you updated on KENS5.com, and then of course right on TV, KENS 5 CBS. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Head outside and enjoy some of the nice weather we have today before the rainfall moves in for some of us tomorrow and Tuesday.